Alright, Descent 3 Let's Play Part 1. So there's a glitch in this game that essentially allows you to skip most of the levels. So that's why you'll see me saving in some random spots throughout the run. That's the setup for that glitch. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But things besides that level skipping glitch that are important are robot manipulation, or how you get past robots. Killing robots is actually pretty slow. For one, it takes time, and for another, it means you have to come out of your tricord. Tricording is moving on 3 axes at once, which is the fastest way to get around in this game. So like right here, I shoot right there, and then this robot moves out of the middle of that tunnel. That's robot manipulation. And there's a lot of that throughout the run. I'm damaging myself here to make the death warp at the end of the level quicker. The reason I'm mashing the afterburner is because it gives you the most boost when it's between 90 and 100. So keeping the number between 90 and 100 is optimal. Afterburner, and then combine that with tricording and you get some pretty fast movement. More than twice as fast as normal movement. Alright, that was a pretty good level 1. Here's the first demo glitch of the run. You record a demo and then load a save from a different level. Then you stop the recording, and when you go and watch the playback, at the point where you would load the game properly loads the position of the saved game, and the weapons that you had, and the health and the energy that you had, and what room the game thinks you're in, because the game keeps track of what room you're in at any given time. But it doesn't load a different level. So it effectively teleports you to the position and the room index of the save that you made, and keeps you in the level where you were recording the demo. So you can use that to skip to the last room of basically any level. And all the levels where the only objective is to get from point A to point B, or like hit the switch at the end, you can just find out what room has the same room index as the end of the level in question, and do the teleport glitch from that room, and you'll end up in the end of whatever level you want. You can really skip from you can really skip basically to any room in the whole game in this way, but there are a couple of exceptions. One really important one is the last room in level 15, where the only thing you really need to do in that level is get to the last room. But that level has so many rooms in it that there's no other room in any other level that has a room index number that high. So you can't access that room using the demo load glitch. I guess I should explain a little bit more about the room index number thing. The demo glitch teleports you to whatever position the save game was in the Descent 3 coordinate system. But since the game doesn't have all of the level loaded at any given time, it only has whatever... Oh, I got stuck here super bad. This has never happened to me before. I thought I was going to die, and that would have been a reset. But anyway... the game keeps track of what room you're in at any given time, so it doesn't have to have the entire level loaded. It can just load the room that you're in and whatever you can see from that room. And what that means is that if the game thinks that you're in a room, but you're actually out of bounds, the only place that you can get back in bounds is the room that the game thinks that you're in, because nothing else in the level is loaded. So the position that you teleport to and from doesn't really matter as much as the the room index number of the room that you're teleporting to and from. This robot, you can skip the thief's death animation if you kill him during another animation, and taking him to critical health puts him in this, like, okay, fine, I give up animation. And then if you deal fatal damage right after you put him in that animation, he dies instantly, and that's the thief quick kill. Kill yourself there so that the cutscene starts while you're dead, which allows you to respawn during the cutscene, and then the boss of this level still thinks that he's in a cutscene, so he does his big reveal while you deal fatal damage to him. And you want to do a little damage to yourself too, because if you do another death warp at the end of this level, it skips you right to the very end. So pick up the data cartridge. Homing missile does like 25 damage, and then break the glass and you're out. It's a pretty good level 3 too, except for that one hiccup at the doorway. Alright, level 4 is a cool one. It's worth noting that like you'll see here, it takes a second once I view the demo playback for the game to figure out what's happening. You'll see. So it says game restored and the game freezes, but the engine's still running, the timer's still ticking up, and that's because the game has to take time to figure out how you got to the save that you're using to do the demo load glitch. So that save that I used, I flew for about 8 seconds through level 1. So the game had to think for about 8 seconds to figure out how I got into that room. And then it successfully did the teleport. And that's important because it means that it's not very useful to demo load using a save near the end of a level, because then the game would count the time that it took you to get to the end of that level twice. Since it counts the time of you actually getting there, and then it counts that time again when you use the demo load glitch, because it has to figure out again how you got to that position. Quick kill on the mercenaries. In that doorway that I just passed through, that I made the saved game in earlier, it just so happens that that doorway has the same room index number as the doorway at the very end of level 5. And doing the glitch, skipping level 5 in this way might take a little bit longer, since, again, the game has to figure out how I got to that doorway. So it takes maybe 45 seconds to do this teleport. But it's a lot more reliable. It doesn't crash, ever. And the other way to skip level 5, using a save at the beginning of level 1 or level 2, crashes often, like maybe 2/3 of the time, and it's super frustrating. So now we wait for like 45 seconds. So the game has to figure out, all right, so we're in this doorway in level 4, but how did we get there? Well, then it thinks about all the things that I did in level 4, and the way that I got to the position in level 4 was using a demo load glitch from level 1, so it has to think about how I got to that save, the save game position in level 1, and it all stacks up. And for this reason, it's not actually useful to even skip part of level 15. Let me actually get into that after I do this skip of the cutscene at the end of level 5. For some reason, only in this level, if you end the level while dead during a demo, when you watch the demo, it just skips the whole cutscene completely and takes you right to the end of level screen and then to level 6. In any other level, the demo playback would just end. It might even crash the game. But in this level, for some reason, it just skips the ending cutscene completely. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, level 15. So you can skip part of that level. But skipping that level and having all the weapons that you need for the final boss, namely an impact mortar and the fusion cannon. Oh, the game sometimes crashes here. And the timer doesn't stop when the game hard crashes, which kind of sucks. Anyway, you need a fusion cannon and an impact mortar to beat the boss of level 15. And there's no way to do the demo load glitch in a way that saves time, since the time that it takes you to get to the place where you make the save that you use to do the glitch counts twice. There's no way to skip part of level 15 that actually saves time. You can skip to the boss room from pretty early on in level, or near the boss room from pretty early on in level 1, but you'll only have a laser cannon, which is not going to be able to do the amount of damage that you need for the quick kill on the boss. So it, again, doesn't save time. That was a little swag. If you are able to do damage to the pile that the homunculus is under, during the cutscene it'll explode early. It doesn't really do anything, but it just asserts even more dominance over the game. I don't know where that door locked signal is coming from. Let me grab this impact mortar to quickly kill myself after I kill the boss, because again it skips part of the ending cutscene. Alright, he's dead. Boom. Now we just wait for him to finish dying. Thanks.
With any luck, we should be able to repair this interceptor, and you'll have a new craft at your disposal. Latest technology, too. See you on deck, MD.
Now we get to use the faster ship to fly out of bounds directly to the end of this level. Yay. Oh shoot, I just realized I forgot to make a save at the beginning of level 6, which you need to skip levels 8 and 11, so I'll have to go make a new game. Well, I have to save at the beginning of level 8, and then make a new game and save at the beginning of level 6, and then load the save from level 8, and then do the glitch to skip level 8. Okay. I hope I have enough save slots left to do that. So again, we have to wait here for the game to figure out how we got to the position that we made the save that we loaded to do the demo glitch. It's also worth noting this is especially important in level 9, because you use a save in level 9 to skip level 12. Since when you load the game in the demo glitch, it loads what levels you had in the save, or sorry, what weapons you had during the save of the earlier level. You can pick up a bunch of weapons in level 9 and then make the save game, and then once you skip level 12, you'll have all the weapons that you collected in level 9 for levels 13, 14, and 15. So it's important to optimize how you get all the weapons you need for the end of the game in level 9, because all of that time counts again when you skip level 12. Because, again, the game has to figure out how you got to that point in level 9 after you collected the weapons. Alright. That was almost really bad. That I forgot to make the save there. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong thing. I need to view the demo first. Yeah. I've clipped back inbounds trying to do this several times, so I always go way too low.
Light up those afterburners and get out of there. Temperature readings are through the roof. The whole refinery's about to go thermonuclear.
Alright, level 9.
Beagle dispatch to MD-1032. We're picking up some dangerous solar readings down there.
So
I'm not sure
we need as many impact mortars as we can get, which is like 3 in this level. Smart missiles, cyclone missiles, Voss, mass driver, and fusion cannon. And homing missiles. A lot of those are for quick kills on stormtroopers in level 13. The fusion cannon is for the final boss and for level 14, where there are a bunch of sharks, because fusion's really the only weapon that allows you to easily deal with them. Mass drivers for the stormtroopers. Voss is just a good weapon to have to open doors quickly. Cyclone is for some of the stormtroopers. Smart missiles for some of the stormtroopers. Oh, and a mega missile too, for a group of 4 stormtroopers. I picked up those guided missiles out of habit, because I used to take a route where you do disable the aft matsen. I didn't know that you could beat the level without doing that. Oh, no way. A well-placed fusion shot kills this guy in 1 hit. Oh yeah. I don't really need the napalm rockets, but why not? Where's that missile? Nope. There it is. Alright, that's everything. Now we head back up top and make a save near where the end of level 12 is. Skip 12. Alright, now we just wait for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go get some water once I find a place to hide. And I'm not really going to be doing anything, so you can just skip to 10 minutes from now if you don't want to watch me just sit in a dark corner of this level. Alright, see you in like 10 minutes.
Dropping off component for pickup. Picking up a component.
What in the world? It's happened to me a couple times. There'll just be some robot like out of bounds or something, or a hitbox glitches out. Not really sure what it is.
Help us, please. Taking serious damage.
Oh, if he actually takes much more damage, that'll really slow down this level. Oh, he's almost there though. That's fine. Alright, level 10 is another one you can't skip. It's objective based, so even if you could skip to the very end, you wouldn't have done all the objectives in the middle and picked up this one thing at the beginning, and you wouldn't be able to complete the level. So you just have to play it normally. I think this is the first level in the whole run that you have to just play straight up. I mean, I guess level 1. But you're making saves in weird places and getting ready to do demo load glitches. There are really only 4 levels in the whole game that you play straight up in any percent. Oh wait. I didn't pick up the cloak at the beginning, which I didn't think would be a problem, but if the alert level gets to level 4, I have to flip another switch, which doesn't really take up much time. I just have to remember to do it. Oh yeah, command base guard and then the vault guard is going to see me too. That'll be level 4. Where's that spot? Oh, there it is. This is like the only mid-level cutscene that you can mash out of. I hope that switch was important, whatever I just hit. Oh, I bet it was the power supply for that yellow laser thingy. Keep that door open for me later. Alright, this is the switch. Well, this one is normal. And then this one I can't forget to hit if the alert level gets to 4. It's only when the alert level goes from 3 to 4 that switch flips in the wrong way. This one too. Actually, I bet I didn't have to hold that first one open. Ouch.
Beagle to MD. Excellent. You've uploaded the data. If the CED doesn't know you're here yet, then you will soon. Better get yourself out of
That's pretty good. It's like a 258, maybe? 259. Alright. Enough playing levels for real.
Beagle dispatch to MD.
There it is.
Beagle to MD. Great. You've rescued him. What? We're picking up some... Get out!
Alright, intermission part 2 is coming up. Once I get out of the fire trap. Alright, and now we wait. And how long this takes depends on how long it took me to collect all the weapons and make the save in level 9. Boom. There's part of this structure that's not built all the way that you can just fly through. And that's the end. Alright, now the 3 hard levels. And they're right at the end too, which is just great. So there are 31 of those floating stormtrooper guys, and you have to kill all but 3. And I think I kill all but 2 of them, and the last room that I'll be in has 3 of them in it, and it spawns up to 3 every time you kill one of them. So you have to kill 2 of them like super quickly, and then the counter goes down to 3 for long enough for the game to say, okay, you beat the board, and then new ones will spawn in. Alright, that's the first 3. There's 2 down at the end of this long tunnel, and conveniently placed right here is a black shark missile. So you can take the 2 of them out super quickly with that. And then there's another black shark right here. Impact mortar for this guy, mega missile for this group of 4. Oh, it only killed 1 of them? Sometimes it just kills 1, sometimes it kills all 4. You never really know. Where do I go? Oh, okay. So there's another way to go from here to the hangar, which passes by 2 stormtroopers. But you can skip 2 stormtroopers, still be able to beat the level, and those are the 2 that I decided to skip. This black shark shot is super finicky. There should be 16 left. Now 15 since I killed 1 more. 14, 13 since I killed these 2. But there's... oh, one of them. 14, yeah. There's one still alive in here. Where is he? This is super annoying. Oh, there he is. That guy always escapes somehow. Sometimes that black shark strat is super quick. And then other times that happens. I'm gonna open this door from afar. That guy. Alright. Home stretch. There's one guy on the way to the engine room, 4 in the engine room, 2 down a hallway, and then 3 in the aft Matsen that we killed 2 of. Boom. So a mass driver shot will one-shot most of the stormtroopers, all of them except the green one. The green ones. Those need a mass driver shot and a homing missile, or 1 impact mortar, if you have 1 to spare. You can flip these. That's like another objective. Oh shoot, I'm out of mass driver. That's actually pretty bad. Alright, so you flip those 3 switches, which is an objective that you don't really need to do, but it disables that force field that I just came out of too, and that's what's really important, because it's a super short way to get back here. Smoke missile here, the green guy, and there for the red guy. I really hope they don't die. Alright. Oh, this is going to be kind of tricky if I don't have any mass driver. I've actually never done this before. That didn't work. Let's just do it some more. Alright, that worked. I feel like I got lucky there. Alright, level 14, the hardest level in the run, and I think the hardest level to play casually too. There's like 10 things that you need to do in the right order. With this level is littered with the hardest robot in the entire game. Sharks. They're super small. They have complete movement priority over you. They'll kill you in like 4 hits. These guys. Oh my goodness. They really bring my blood to a boil sometimes. But fusion, since it pierces through enemies, you can take out multiple sharks at a time. Fusion does a lot of damage too. Unfortunately, it's so fat that you can't shoot through doors sometimes. Alright, that's thing number 1. Thing number 2. God, I hate movement in this level too. It's so claustrophobic. Thing number 3. Grab this black shark for later. Thing number 4. You don't have to do them in exactly this order, but this is the fastest way I've figured out to do them. There's some things that you must do before other things, though. And in the last run I did the last thing too early. I did it instead of something that I needed to do earlier, and I lost like 3 minutes, and I died 3 times. It was just a wreck. It was a good run up until that point, too. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. Oh, I went in the wrong room there. Oops. That's fine. You normally want to use only the blue room and not the yellow room, because the entrance to that room is a lot quicker to get to. Come on. Oh. I'm gonna use this, I guess, in part reverse. Alright, that's thing number whatever. You have to wait a couple seconds. This is the one I always forget. And then you have to upload the antivirus program on that same one. And then it takes like 15 or 20 seconds to upload. Oh, get out of my way. That was actually a pretty quick kill on that guy. If you don't have an impact mortar to spare, that can take a really long time to kill him. Come on. What's taking so long? Oh, I didn't deactivate the beam emitter shield, but that's not a time-sensitive one. I can just do that when I go back up there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. There you go. This is the blue room. That's what you want. Alright, now here comes the hardest part of the hardest level. The mirror nodes. It's 6 objects that you have to shoot to align them in a specific way. And if you misalign them, it can take like 20 seconds. Oh, shoot. That sucks. That's actually not that costly. Maybe like 25 seconds. Because I have to pick up all these weapons again. But if they get misaligned, it takes like 20 seconds to put them back in alignment, and there's 6 of them, and every time a robot touches them, they get misaligned. Oh, you need to die right now. And so do you. And there's robots everywhere here. And if there's one stray shot, it'll throw a mirror node out of alignment. And you'll have to babysit it for 20 seconds to get it right. Okay. Takes 3 shots by default. So I'm gonna 2, and then I'll shoot a flare, which will hit it after it's done rotating. That one's already aligned. I thought there were more robots down these tunnels, but I guess I killed them all. That one's aligned, which means this is probably the last one. Hey, that mirror nose was actually pretty good. Alright, bump that thing, and there's one more thing to do. There's a squid that's going to spawn right there. That's going to go attack the emitter lens. And if it gets there, you have to go get the spare lens, which takes more time, so just kill it. And now we just dilly-dally until the game decides the level's over. I'm taking some damage here so that I'm at a good number of shields to do a death abuse to skip the cutscene for the last boss. And you can respawn while the boss thinks he's in a cutscene and do fatal damage to him before he even starts shooting, just like in level 3 with a super thief, except with a much more dangerous boss. All right. There's level 14. Pretty good, all things considered. Really wish I hadn't died in that stupid way to my own black shark, but pretty good overall. That'll be what, like 6:45? 6:30, not bad. A really good time for that level is like 6 minutes flat, but that's pretty rare. A good time for this level is 2 minutes. This is my favorite level in the whole game, so I'm kind of glad that it's just as fast to play through it. You want to start with around 100 shields. If you shoot throughout all of this part, some robot flies through this huge door and you don't have to wait for it to open. Really cool instance of robot manipulation. Oh, come on. And there's a clip in this level. Oh, geez, which hopefully I can get. Okay, there we go. Sometimes I super choke that and lose like 15 seconds. Alright. So now we're at a pretty low but reasonable amount of health, so we won't die on the way to the last room. I'm running into everything. But we'll have low enough health that an impact mortar will kill us and launch us into the cutscene trigger for the last boss. Get out of my way. An impact mortar does 150 damage, perfect, but I like to be below 100 to give me some wiggle room. Alright, all we need is the fusion cannon. Charge it up. and just shoot him in the head as many times as you can. And try to get both projectiles to go through him. Oh, I actually might not do enough damage here. Okay. Alright, that's basically the end of the game. That was maybe like a 203 for that level. Let's see. Hey, 2 flat. That's pretty good. I wonder what my full time was. 37:19. That's the fastest I've ever done it. Alright, screw this category.